Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Schroit Worldwide Podcast. My name is Mint Miracle. Today, I'm joined by...
Fifth Mill!
It's Yo-Yo Wiggins. This is crazy. Guys, this is the first
Pregnant?
podcast episode in so long. Can you believe that Yo-Yo Wiggins is positive for pregnancy? That's crazy.
I peed on this earlier today, I swear.
2025 is the year of Schroit. It's the year of Schroit.
Yeah.
There's a new wave. We've got we got huge things coming. You have no idea. We have huge things on the way.
The first huge landmark, okay,
Yeah.
is what we're opening this podcast with.
Yep.
White Boy Messiah
This is
by
crazy.
Pattywack
This is crazy.
AKA Flavor Bomb. It is crazy.
It goes
This
crazy
here is the
style.
first Pattywack album in like 3 years. 3 years that we've been waiting for a new Pattywack album. And let's just say, it didn't disappoint. We're doing a bit of a new format now.
I hope not.
Yeah, if it disappointed, I'd be so angry.
But it would be a little funny, though, if it sucked.
It would be really funny if it was his worst album.
Yeah.
It would have been impressive as well, considering the rest of his discography. I would have been like, it's crazy that you managed to accomplish that. But
The thing is, I think Pattywack making a new album brought a new wave to Schroit. All the new Schroiters are coming in now, right after Pattywack released White Boy Messiah.
that same
He
era.
really is the White Boy Messiah.
True.
He-
He's
like-
quite white. Now,
Yeah.
so we're doing a little bit of a new
Taking trips.
twist on the Schroit podcast. So essentially, rather than doing like a huge bundle of releases, what we're going to do is we're going to do one release, more in-depth. Could be a new release, could be an older release that we're trying to revisit. But this way we can make more episodes that'll be a bit, quicker, more digestible, something better to latch onto. And we're starting off, of course, with White Boy Messiah.
So do we just start it off?
Let's kick it off with that first track, Vanilla Flame. Great opening track. One thing that, we've listened to this album a bunch between us three. I've listened to a lot especially. I think this is a great album. Very solid Yoi. Like Yo-Yo Wiggins had brought up previously, it's not a regular beat Yoi. It's like a syncopated Yoi.
The rhythm. The other thing I noticed on this listen through is incredibly dissonant.
Yeah. Dude, no, that's true.
Which is not a bad thing.
When you listen to enough
it's
Schroit,
pretty
you
long.
just get used to it. Like honestly, you listen to enough Schroit, and then when you hear Schönberg, you're like, oh, this is normal music now. Because you're right, and I've had points where I think I'd mentioned this once, but for those in the crowd who know what dodecaphonic serialism is, it's a kind of atonal music writing. That I think is really cool because I like that nerdy stuff. At one point, I tried writing a dodecaphonic Schroit song, and it just sounded like normal Schroit. It sounded completely identical to normal Schroit. It's crazy. Harmonically, wacky contemporary classical music and Schroit are here. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
See, that just goes to show the versatility of Schroit as a genre.
Exactly.
Right?
Pushes every boundary. I think very solid opening track. I definitely think after listening to this track a lot, it doesn't have that same initial punch that it had the first time I heard it. It's definitely not the best track off the album. I will say it's still a good opening track. It kind of sets up for the rest of it, but overall, good track. I enjoy it.
I think
So
it's the
now we'll
longest track on this album as well.
It's
tied
with
with the
Prophet
next.
Incursion.
Yeah.
Right.
So you'll see why
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
think
yeah,
that.
yeah. I
Okay.
remember
So
that. Yes.
this one, for the new Schroiters, this is you might be like, oh, the Pattywack messed up. You're gonna
It's a
understand.
Pattywack.
This this is a Pattywack
It's a
staple.
signature.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
so do not be put off by this song. Let's give it a listen.
Yeah. What a great
Oh.
track.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So what we call this in the industry, that's an intermission.
Mhm.
For the new Schroiters who haven't heard one of them, that's what happens when you forget to remove the outro of your beatbox song.
Mhm.
At the start, we used to do this. Started by accident. Then we did it on purpose, and then we were like, okay, we have to stop this.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
It got out of hand.
Pattywack has brought it back, not on purpose, but this is a Pattywack.
As it's supposed to
in
be done, of
traditional
course.
form, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Pattywack, like we said earlier, it's a staple of their compositions for sure. The intermission. Some of the albums have had 12 seconds of song and 40 seconds of intermission in the early days.
Yep. That was rough.
This is very well done. Yeah, this is a very well done intermission. However, it's not too long. It's pretty
And
pretty
How
bang
long
on.
was it? It was like
It's
a 10-second intermission.
10,
10
11
second
seconds,
intermission
yeah.
that's fine. Like,
a pretty good one. Yeah.
especially relative to the length of the song. Like, I think Vanilla Flame sets up like you're expecting, like, okay, this is the kind of sound we're getting here. Prophet Incursion kind of develops on that. It takes the yoi further. Those runs about maybe 20 seconds just throughout the song are beautiful yoi runs there. You love to hear it.
Yeah.
And it really shows like, oh, he's developing this, right? And then you get that signature intermission at the end. And I do have to say, if you're a new Schroiter, be very careful about using intermissions. It's so easy to do wrong. Like, if you have experience under your belt, I'd say maybe you can give it a shot, but be very cautious about that. It's not like the yoi where you can kind of just put that anywhere and it's good. An intermission is really easy to ruin a track with. Very easy. This is one of the few times where the intermission really works, right? And I have to give credit to Pattywack for that, even though it's there accidentally, as it should be. But it fits very nicely in this case here.
Comment I have on the song.
Yes.
I remember last time I listened to the song, it was the percussion that had stood out to me. Especially, I noticed on this listen, halfway through is when it goes into like this very stable kind of a pop drum sort of thing. And in the first half, it's a little more, out of it's very wacky, right? So, but you get halfway through, and then it comes to this very consistent pop drum, and with the rest of the yoi and everything like that, it melts very well together, and it's very cool.
Sorry, I noticed while Ben was saying that. I mean, Yo-Yo Wiggins.
What I like about this song is I like the open yo.
Yes!
Like when it gets to the like that's a sound that
Yep,
I want to try
that's
to
a great
harness more. It's not easy to always find.
You can change the envelope on the yoi. I think by default it's set as twang. Let me verify this here for you. The default yoi thing, but I know what you're talking about, and it's like the one of the most powerful things that you can do with the yoi. Let me get this out here. Yeah, so by default it has first frequency set to flare 2. If you change that to tremolo or punch, especially punch is like right, it really affects the sound of the yoi like a lot. And
Okay,
that's
I'll have to
like
note
what we
that
did
down
there.
because
Yeah.
every time I use yoi, like that open yoi, it just be by accident. I'd just be like, oh,
Yeah.
I got this. I'm gonna use this now.
There it is. Yeah, great track. Anyways, I think for time's sake, let's get to the next one here. I believe it was Lad Gumption. Was that correct?
Yep, Lad Gumption.
Perfect.
Let's give it a go.
Very, very
That,
solid
yeah,
track.
that's a song you can really easily sing too because it's a very because it's a yo 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 yo
Yeah.
yo 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 yo. You can
Mhm.
like I like being able to sing the Schroit sometimes. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
No, that's very valid, right? That yo ostinato in the bass is really nice. There's a
Mhm.
lot going on in that one. It's very dense, as we discussed previously. It's a
Yeah.
very dense track. Personally, I don't think it's one of the stronger ones off the album, but I think it's a very good, mid-album song. To kind of have to spread things out. Good pace, solid stuff. It's still a solid track.
Mhm.
I like this song.
Mhm.
Like you said, it's very compact. A lot of
Mhm.
things happening, and I think that's a thing that's appealing. I noticed during this listen, it sounds like a laser gunfight
It does.
or like a war,
Mhm.
right? You got that yoi and the drums being very
Yeah.
explosive,
Yeah. It's
right?
the lad
And
who's
the
at war.
synths acting as the laser guns.
They have gumption.
Yep.
The
The
gumption
lad
comes from the
gumption.
guns.
It should have been
Because
Gumption.
yeah,
Gumption.
it. Oh, that's what it
That's
is.
that's
Okay, I
right.
get it
He
now.
just spelt it wrong by accident.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Laz Gumption, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
True. It was a Warhammer reference the
Eh,
whole time.
Wait, let me just. The image, yeah, they're fighting big monster with laser
Yeah,
gun,
Yeah.
with laser gun
and he
Mhm.
has
and
shoe on
shoe
head.
and the shoe head.
This is crazy. Anyways, let's get
Okay.
to the
Yeah.
next track here. Dream Dipper.
Dream Dipper.
Dream Dipper. Great track. Great
I
track.
love the riff and the ending. The and the like
Yeah.
at the end, like
final
that
yo
riff,
at the end
it
is great.
stays in your head, and
Yeah.
like it changes, but it stays. You know.
Yep. I love that use of the higher yoi because previously on the album the yoi mainly stays more of a bass like function. But in this
Yeah.
case here you really get that higher yoi going out there. Well, the yoi has a very distinct timbre high. It really changes
Yes.
the sound a lot between low and high. Relative to other instruments, I should say. And having that high yoi that whole time and then that low yoi come back at the end like by itself, great. You love to see it. Makes it very dynamic. This is a great moshing song, right? I think if this was played live, the mosh pits would go
Especially
crazy.
with that drum beat. Very
Yeah.
consistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we'll see if we can actually mosh to it if someday Pattywack actually comes to a live show.
Yeah.
So true.
Which would be crazy.
Call to arms.
Would be crazy.
Yeah.
But I think yeah.
Yep, there's
do we get to the last
One
song?
last track. I'll say it before we even hit play. This is my favorite track by far. Dangling Record.
He's like it's. I
This
think
is-
the reason why he has been dangling this record in front of you the entire album.
That's true.
And then he's like, "Here you go. Now you can listen to it."
he's been
dangling.
he's been dangling this album like no, it'll come out soon, guys, for 3
Yeah,
years. And then
Yeah,
it finally
so
came
true.
out. We cracked the code.
Damn.
We figured it out. This is
Damn,
insane.
he's dangling. Okay, let's get it going.
Let's play. It's
That
such
yoi.
a good track. It's so
That
good.
yoi.
This is honestly this is a modern classic. I'm calling it right now. I think this is a modern classic.
This is a masterclass on how to like get the you have to use a high notes, low notes.
Yes.
Like it makes it so much better when you use not
It's-
just make it a yo-yo bass. Like a yo-yo bass, it's pretty good.
It's
but
very powerful.
It
but
doesn't get you this level of like
the versatility of it. It's such a like those. I love that show with the simple drum beat. The drums are boo ba boo ba the whole time, but the yoi is just going nutty, and then there are those slides going on, and like there's a lot happening. But even though there's a lot happening with a bunch of notes, like all those fast runs and all those slides going on, that yoi just punches through. Like it's genius. This is a modern classic. I think this is a modern classic to the same level as some of these big classics we have that have close to 200 listens. I think give this time. I think this is gonna be a staple song in the Schroit scene. That's how good I think this song is.
But the sad part
I'll
is
say
we're
it.
probably gonna have to wait another like.
We're gonna have to
2
wait
years for
another
Pattywack album.
Yeah, he's gonna double the length between albums. So the next one's in 6 years, guys.
We'll have to bully him.
Yeah.
You think that would work?
No,
No.
No.
I don't think it.
It'd be
would.
really fun if I just ended the recording there. In that
But we
order.
have to do the, we have to rate the album.
Yeah, we do.
And like we have to rate on like so. In
Yep.
Schroit world, we have this thing that we came up with not that long ago. It's still
Very
fairly new.
recent.
Yep.
And it's the Schroit levels. So
Yep.
Schroit level 1, it's songs that you'd show to your grandma and she'd be like, "Whoa, this is
Very
basic."
listenable.
Very
Yeah.
listenable. Yeah.
Commercial song.
This is like Butterfly Dance by Yo-Yo Wiggins, right?
Yeah.
Great song, very
Like
low level
most
Schroit.
of Yo-Yo
Anyone can hear
Wiggins'
it.
songs.
Yeah.
It's like
Mhm.
Steven, like it's just
Steven's Apocalypse.
Yeah.
It's not a one. That's a two.
I hate
maybe.
Steven's
I think-
Apocalypse is close. I'd say you could argue between them, but I'd kind of lean
yeah,
on one.
it's
TBH.
because I feel
Okay.
like it's listenable by anyone. And it's like that's a Schroit staple, but it's like if
Actually,
I need
you
to
know what, you're
introduce
right.
someone to Schroit, I'd be like, listen to this,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, this is really good.
Yeah.
But if I show them a level 4, the futility of looking both ways, they'd be like,
Yeah.
Copper Wires.
I don't want
Tickle
to
Fight.
be here anymore.
Yeah.
And
Tracks.
and
like
then
that.
there's in between. There's level 2 where
yeah.
it's like
You could
you
probably
show this
put,
to
like,
a new Schroiter, you
Yeah.
can introduce someone to Schroit with level 2.
I think the gift of
give me, like, a
giving
bit-
might be able to fit there. Actually, that honestly might even
Yeah.
be a 1. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's like between there. Oh, well, I think with the presence of that Yoi, maybe a 2, but
And then
Yeah.
level 3, that's where you're like, okay, this is Schroity. This is like you're like, okay,
Yeah.
this people won't get this at the start, but like second listen, like if they're new to Schroit, second or third listen, they're like, okay, I get this. But like,
Yeah.
level 4, you have to like know what Schroit is, and you have to be like sometimes you even have to listen to it like 3 times.
yeah.
Including like Copper Wires. That
Copper
one,
Wires,
took
yeah.
a few tries for
Yeah.
other people to understand it, but now it's one of the.
Now it's a
the-
genre classic.
It's a genre classic.
Mhm.
I had to convince them to guys listen to it again.
Guys, trust me, this is a really good song. Please.
You have to listen to it with headphones though, because if you don't, like, you won't get the full
because then you
experience.
won't hear it. So,
Yeah.
essentially, this album, I think I'd consider it to be a level 3 album, right? Level 3 Schroit. It's not so wild that like I would like not show a new person. I definitely think this is not beginner material if they're getting into Schroit, but it's still a very solid, good album that I think
Yeah.
any Schroiter or any Schroit enjoyer would enjoy, right? I think if you
It's-
like
if-
Schroit, you'll
yeah.
like this album.
If there
second.
were like a 0.5s, I would put it a 2.5, but there's none, so it goes up
Yep.
to a 3.
The thing with
It's,
the
like-
short levels is they're very dependent on the songs. So a album that has many songs, it's hard to classify for level, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whereas you can easily decide that this song fits into what category, right? Or this category.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of the complexity of setting a album with a level. Whereas if you pick one song, sometimes a song will start off as a level 1 and then go into a level 3, or the
Yeah.
opposite, where it'll go from a level 3 into a level 1, and then you'd probably default it to its highest level, right?
Yep, I think
Because
so.
no.
Hmm.
Yeah, in my album there was I don't I don't remember the name of it. I remember there's like left, right, left, left, right, left, right.
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
and-
Oh, crossing the
that
street.
one.
Yeah.
Crossing
It's
the
crossing
street.
the street.
It's the,
I know your discography better than
the
you
last
do.
song. I know you know my song. Like, what's the last song again? What's the name of it? I forget.
Is it
Oh.
Whoopsie Daisy? Oh, or yeah. Oh no, it's Premature Death. Sorry.
Premature
it's
Death.
Whoopsie Daisy
Premature
and then
Death.
Premature
That
Death.
one, it starts off where you're like, okay, this is some music, and then it gets like weird,
And
and then
then
it
it-
gets normal again, and then it gets weird again.
Yeah, no, I like it. It just starts dung dung da dung 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 dung, and then it just stops, and you get the popcorn. It's so good,
Classic.
dude. Crossing the Street is such a good album, and I look, I'm like the #1 Fifth Mill fan. I'll say it here. They're like, dude, that is such a good album. I think Fifth Mill has the highest quantity of albums, and I'm like, this album is a masterpiece. I'll say it,
And no one else does.
and no one else agrees with me. No one else agrees with me. But
See if some of the
I
new
think so.
Schroiters think of it
Yeah.
as good.
That's
You have
like
to go listen to it.
if someone was like, "Oh, I love Schroit. I only listen to Yo-Yo Wiggins," I'd be like, "Okay, like he's great, but like really, that's what
They're
you're picking?
lame.
Right? That's like the most basic thing you could have picked, right? But if someone's super into Schroit and they're like,
That's
"Dude,
so
I love
true.
Fifth Mill," I'm like, "Yep,
What? Okay,
Yeah, well, then they're
one question.
cultured.
yeah."
What if someone says, "I love Schroit," and then you ask, "What's your favorite song?" and they say "Goat Meal"?
Whew.
My favorite
like,
Schroit song is
wow, you're braver than I am.
Canadian.
I honestly, I'd be impressed. Be like, how do you know Goat Meal? That's the one you thought of, right? You thought of Goat Meal. I honestly, that just shows that they know Schroit, if that's what they're bringing
Yeah.
up.
They're like, "I like to have my eardrums bleed."
Yeah. #1 track
but
Goat
yeah.
Meal. #2 Tinnitus.
My favorite album, Blick Mick.
I don't know about that one. This is great because any new Schroiters watching this segment is gonna know what the heck we're saying. We're
You'll have
just
to go
saying
look it up.
gibberish. Maybe not those ones. maybe there's some other ones first.
Well, at least they can see,
yeah,
The question is,
that's true.
are they good or not? Are the albums good?
Yeah. We
Well,
should
yeah,
say,
we should
is
find
this album good?
Yeah.
This is why we're
How
doing
many
this, to
Schroit-
figure out.
Right. Okay. So there's the Schroit level, which is more of an objective metric of how digestible it is, or how powerful it is. Now, our Schroit quality rankings. This is a subjective thing of how good we think the album is. Everyone?
Well, I'm Yo-Yo
Pick your
Wiggins,
poison.
so
Yep.
I'm
3. Okay, I know last time we talked about it, I said 3. Dude, it might be, I might do 4. My thing is, I think the last track is so good. The last track is Dangling Record is such a good song. I think Dangling Record is a 4. It's still a 1 to 4 ranking, by the way, everyone. But
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna keep it. Right now, I'm gonna put 3 as well. I mean, it doesn't matter what I do because we round up, so the average would be 3 anyways. But for now, I'm gonna say 3. But depending on how this ages, I could easily see myself changing to a 4 in the future.
Okay,
So
okay.
overall, the average ranking, our quality ranking for this album is a 3. So that means Schroit level 3, album quality 3. Yeah, I thought of 3 and then I put up the wrong amount of fingers and I was like, hold on, that's not right. But it's pretty good. Yeah. So this album gets a 3. Yeah. No, you'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. I hope we can get more
Yeah.
Pattywack. I hope Pattywack keeps posting albums more regularly. There's a bunch more albums that we're gonna talk about in future episodes. Of course, let us know in the comments which albums you want to see us discuss next. I know, I'm thinking I'd like to discuss some of that debut Drew Scary more. Personally, I think that came up as a new Schroiter. I think I'd like to give them a bit of light of day with that. Of course, there are plenty of phenomenal releases that have been going on. Again,
Yeah.
it's getting more active. 2025 will
I mean,
be the
there's-
year of Schroit. I'm saying.
What, we got a new album literally came out today. Rinse and
Yeah.
Repeat by
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's a fresh.
We're
What do
getting
we
Oh, I
call
listened
it?
to that.
Yakov-
And
Yakovlev.
there's two new
Whoa.
like there's a new album and two singles, and I listened to all of them, and they're pretty good. This is
Nice.
some good. It's on
Rhombus
the
on the
longer
Run is
side.
fantastic.
Yes, Rhombus
I
on
would
the Run.
say-
that was good.
If we were to give that one a short level without listening to it,
Oh
Right
yeah, we
now?
don't listen to it. Like you just
I mean-
before listening to it, you just like on you just
Is
put
it
on
Sch-
mute
I'm
and you
trying.
listen.
I'm trying to remember.
the thing is, it's listenable, but
they have
the concept.
the concept.
It's the concept.
It is a very high level. No, I agree. I think just in
Yeah.
general,
Yeah.
Mr. Arg is a very high level Schroiter.
Yeah.
Right? He's a very high
I,
level Schroiter.
yeah, I feel
Midnight.
like that's
Midnight.
it gives me a bit of
Yeah.
the link in description album where there's
Yes,
like,
that Madre,
yeah.
Madre Much that he released. I think that was a single.
Yeah.
No, it was an
I
EP.
remember
sorry.
no,
that.
there was 3 songs,
It
and
was
then
3 songs, it was an
Mother
EP, yeah.
Much convinced me to make an album like that.
Link
too,
in
so.
the description.
Yeah.
Link in the description.
It's so good.
Ugh.
And then there's the one where it's link in description. It's like it has a beat to it, and it's like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Where did that come from? Yeah,
It's pretty good.
Stuff for you guys to discover, Schroit viewers.
So, everyone, I want to try to wrap things up a little bit. We don't want to take too long here, but thank you so much for watching to this point. If you enjoyed this, remember to like and subscribe. Keep spreading the word of Schroit. We love you.